Fidel Castro. Revolutionary leader and architect of Cuban socialism, Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruiz, a name that echoes in the annals of history as the emblematic figure behind the Cuban Revolution and the establishment of a socialist state in Cuba. Born on August 13, 1926 in Bayron, Cuba, Castro's life would become inextricably linked with revolutionary zeal, anti-imperialism, and the reshaping of a nation. Castro's early life was marked by a strong sense of social justice and anti-imperialist sentiment. His exposure to the inequality and corruption in Cuba, coupled with his studies in law, provided the foundation for his revolutionary aspirations. Inspired by nationalist movements and socialist ideas, he sought to liberate his country from the grips of US dominance and corrupt governments. The Cuban Revolution, led by Castro alongside figures like Che Guevara, began in 1953 with an attack on the Moncada barracks. Although the initial assault failed, it galvanized public support against the dictatorial regime of Fulgencio Batista. Castro was subsequently imprisoned but later released due to public pressure. The revolution gained momentum, and in 1959 Castro's forces successfully overthrew Batista's government. Castro assumed power as prime minister and later as president, instituting widespread reforms and nationalizing key industries. These reforms included land redistribution, improved healthcare and education, targeting the socio-economic disparities that had plagued the country. One of the most defining moments of Castro's presidency was the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. This confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union, with Cuba as the stage, brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. While the crisis was resolved diplomatically, it emphasized the strategic importance of Cuba and Castro's close relationship with the Soviet Union. Under Castro's leadership, Cuba developed close ties with the Soviet bloc, adopting socialist policies and becoming a key player in Cold War geopolitics. However, these policies also resulted in strained relations with the United States, leading to an economic embargo that continues to impact Cuba to this day. Castro's regime was not without controversy. While he is hailed as a champion of social justice and national sovereignty by some, others view him as a dictator who stifled dissent, curtailed civil liberties, and suppressed political opposition. His administration was marked by a one-party system and censorship of the media. Castro's influence extended beyond Cuba. He supported revolutionary movements in Latin America, Africa, and Asia, often positioning himself as a symbol of anti-imperialism and defiance against Western powers. Fidel Castro stepped down from the presidency in 2008 due to health reasons, passing the leadership to his brother Raul Castro. Fidel Castro's death on November 25, 2016 marked the end of an era, leaving a legacy that continues to be debated and analyzed. As we reflect on Fidel Castro's life and impact, we are confronted with a complex figure whose legacy elicits varied emotions and opinions. His role as a revolutionary leader, the architect of Cuban socialism, and a symbol of resistance against imperialism will forever shape discussions on global politics and the pursuit of social justice.